All right. So this is AutoCAD when you start it. This middle mouse wheel, when you scroll up and down, it zoom ins and zoom outs. And when you press middle mouse button, then it pans. This is called panning. We are doing pan PANING, so we can adjust the line drawings, the area which we want to see on the screen. Okay. So this guy here, it tells you in which view you are working right now. So it shows right now we are in top view. And 99% of the time we'll be using AutoCAD for the top view only. All right. So this guy here, this tells you the origin, X and Y. This is sometimes necessary, sometimes you don't need. You just have to ignore. It's totally up to you from where you want to start, from this part, this part, this part. That's totally up to you. But sometime whenever you have some tight references or some benchmarks. For example, if someone gives you a location, okay, this is the, let's say, Eiffel Tower, and my apartment is 600 meters from Eiffel Tower in x-axis and 400 in y-axis. So that's something very tight reference. So you will have to uh, imagine Eiffel Tower as an origin, and then you will have to take the measurements and dimensions from the origin to that point with respect to that one. But that happens very rarely. You don't have to stick with that. Okay, I have to start every time from the zero. No, you don't have to. You can start from anywhere in this drawing, because for the AutoCAD we'll be using just the walls. We're taking the walls, we can moving it to 3ds Max, we can move, we can adjust, we can relocate the CAD file over there. But for your understanding, it's necessary to know like how x-axis and y-axis, where the x is negative, where the y is positive, everything you should have in mind. Keep it default. जी जी. Is it clear? So today we'll be starting with a single room. We'll learn how to draw a single room and then we'll move forward. Khizra, you have the idea, right? How to start here. Alright. Let's start with a single line. When we click on the line, okay, first of all, you need to understand this guy here in between. You see the cross, and you see a small rectangle in it, square in it. This is our cursor, and this is the neutral condition, neutral position of the cursor, you can say. All right, what does neutral condition mean? It means that it is not in between doing anything. All right, it's not doing anything right now. It's just neutral. It's not in between any command. It's not in between any process. So if you have to start anything, you have to make sure the cursor is neutral. And how you make sure? You press escape and your cursor is neutral. All right. So for example, if you see I am in between the line, you see the cursor is changed. Now the cross the square in between the cross is gone, which means cursor is not neutral anymore. It is in between some command. Understood? So if we have to make it neutral, what we'll do? Yeah, we will press escape and it's neutral now. So similar. Yeah, it will cancel all the commands. So this is also another scenario. Sometimes the between in some commands the cross is gone, only the square is left. Right now you can see. So if we have to make it neutral, what we do? Yeah, press escape and we are neutral again. All right. So before you give it any command, you have to make sure our cursor is neutral, because a lot of times the students do this. They are in between a command and they try to do another command. So that doesn't work. That's a mess. So we have to avoid that. We have to make sure before we apply any command, we are in neutral position. All right. So we are neutral. Now I want to draw a line, but before drawing the line, I want you guys to understand the units. What units? So, for example, I give a dimension to the line. Start from here. I want to give 300 or 500 or 200 or 60. What is that 60? Is it inches? Is it feet? Is it centimeters? what is it? So that's what we have to tell it to the software. Okay, if I write 60, consider that 60 to be inches, to be feet, to be centimeters, to be millimeters. To do that, what we can do, Hidra? What we have to do? Yes. We will type UNITS. Alright, we'll type units. It will open the pop-up. It will there are a couple of options we can choose. Architectural, decimal, engineering, fractional. There are a lot of units because there are different people using AutoCAD, so they have made it easy for us whatever we want to use. For example, some people use the write the units in this way, and some people write the units in this way. So, do you have scale, Hidra? Can you bring it? Right. You will have to bring it tomorrow. So this is a scale. This is called one feet from 0 to 12. Okay, in 1 feet you can see there are how much inches? 12. So for easy to remember, our one pore is almost 1 inches. So someone have 0.95 inches, someone has 1.1 inches, but roundabout if you have to measure something, you can say okay, this is 3 inches, or okay, this is 3 and 3 6 inches. That's something very easy and fast to remember. This is 1 inch, and the 12 inches is equal to 1 feet. You see, 1 feet up to here. All right. So actually, mine one is slightly bigger than and this one is 1 inch. So you can measure yours. So you have an idea randomly. So there are different ways to express to tell the units. A lot of different industries use different standards. Different countries use different standards and uh, measures. So for example, if we have to write, so let's say if we have to write 4.5 feet. So there are four ways you can write it. First one is 4 feet dash half feet. All right, sound good? The second one is 4 feet dash 6 inches. Sound good? Because 1 feet is equal to 12 inches and half feet is equal to 6 inches. And the third one is 4.5. All right. So which one seems more easy to you? Hmm? Sorry, which one? This one? All right. So this is called engineering. This is called architecture. This is called decimal one. There are different, you can say, standards of writing it. This is called engineering way to write it. This is called architectural. This is called decimal. Sorry for spellings if there is mistake. I'm just writing it randomly. This is how the engineering people write it. This is how architectural way of writing it, and this is how decimal. I think spells are wrong. Decimal, yeah. Sound good? You understood how engineering units are represented, how architectural units are represented, and how decimal units are represented. Sorry? Yes. Yeah, this is feet, this is inches. inches. So for example, if we have to, all these three are 4.5 feet. But the writing way is different. Yeah. So uh, whatever, whenever we have to type something, we have to give a command. We have to type actually from the keyboard. So for example, if we follow the engineering units, what we have to do is we have to how many time we have to type. For example, we have to type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, just to write 4.5 feet, we have to press 7 keys. That's hectic. Similarly, if we talk about this guy, how much keys we have to press? One, two, three, four, and five. All right. And for this guy, we have to press one, two, and three. So which one seems more flexible? The last one. This guy, decimal guy. So we'll be following this guy here, decimal. We'll have to be little precise. Okay. So this is type. We'll be using decimal, and in decimal we'll be telling it, okay, if I type 4.5, what is that 4.5? Is it feet? Is it inches? Is it centimeters? What's that gonna be? So we'll be mentioning it as centimeter. Is it clear? Okay, done. Good. We are all set with the units. That's something which you have to do every time. Whenever you start AutoCAD or 3ds Max, you have to do, that's something compulsory. You need to tie it in your yeah, around your neck, and you have to see every day in the morning, okay, this is something I don't have to forget, because if you forget it, you design the whole house, and when you bring up the fridge, and the fridge is this much, or the house is this much, and fridge is too big. So that's something you don't have to forget, because that costs too much. If you, yes, every time. It's up to us, but it's like more, you can say, user friendly and convenient on the later stage if we choose centimeter and decimal. That's will be working. That's something you can change if you think, but uh, if we keep it in centimeters and decimal, that would be more convenient for us. So in 1 feet there are 30 centimeters. So you will have to keep in mind, while moving forward, you will have to keep in mind, or you will have to do quick conversion. So for example, if I say, okay, we need a room of 10 feet by 10 feet, that would be almost 300 by 300 centimeters. Understood? Or you simply just go to Google and you write feet to centimeter. Alright, and there you see, you enter the value, like for example 15 feet. Okay, this is the centimeter, you just type it over there. Got it? So for example, now we are going to make a room of 15 feet by 15 feet, which would be 457 by 457. Okay, I will start with the line. I will click over here, and then it's asking me, okay, is there any specific first point, like X this much, Y this much? Okay, I don't care right now. I just have to start from anywhere. All right. So I am not going to be like very precise about it. I just click here. So how it will work? I clicked it, and then I have to give direction to the line. All right. So you see, I can see. Okay, now there are two things you can see on the screen. First one is angle. If there is any specific angle you want to write, you can see 20-degree right now. And the second thing is 92.85. That means that this is the dimension of the line. Okay, the length of the line. So we have to give the dimension. Okay, now you see one thing, whenever the line becomes horizontal, a green dotted line appears. That this means this is the confirmation that our line is completely horizontal. And same for the vertical. If the line become vertical, a green dotted line appears, which confirms that, okay, now your line is vertical, right? So boom. So now what was the value? 457. Okay, if it be a little precise, it would be 457. It's better if we go, you can round off as well, but it's better if we stay more precise. No, we can write just 457. Alright. So what actually happens, this scale is, it shows 30 centimeter, but actually it's slightly bigger than 30 centimeters, slightly, very small amount is bigger than. So that in scale it's not, you can say, measurable, but if we talk about on the bigger scale, you can see distance of 7 centimeter is up to this much, after 15 feet is increased like 7 centimeters. So if we see a scale, there will be 30 centimeter, and if we multiply randomly, that will be 450. But if you go precise, that's good, that's 457 centimeter. All right. So I will be giving the value of 457 and enter. All right. So now our line is gone way to the right side. So all we have to do is we have to scroll it down and see, okay, our line is here. All right. So sometimes it will happen, you will scroll it down, you will zoom it out, and you will not able to see the line when the line is continuous. So all you have to do, just press escape and scroll your cursor, one, two, three, not more than three, because a lot of times this happens, people scroll it too much and our line is gone. Okay, they say, okay, I cannot see my line. So that happens because they zoomed out too much. Make sure you don't zoom out too much. If you zoom out, just make sure you put your cursor near your axis and then zoom in. All right, slightly zoom in. Okay, we have the line here. So a lot of time this happens, that they zoom out too much and then they draw a line again, and then they say, okay, this is, but this is wrong. This is, you don't have to just click over the line. You can see this is now 21,000 while we needed only 457. All right. So you don't have to zoom out too much. If you are zoomed out, just slightly zoom in with the origin. Wherever you will put your cursor, that area will be zoomed in. So make sure you have your cursor near the origin, so we can see what's going on. All right. So do the same again from this part here. We will continue the line. I click here and I bring my cursor to the end. As soon as I bring my cursor to the end, you can see a green square pops up, which confirms that, okay, you are starting your line exactly from this point, not from here, not from here. Understand? You are starting your point, your line exactly from this point. That's what we want. All right. We want our line from here, not from here, not from here. Got it? Okay, when I click here, and then again, what's the dimension of the line? 457. Then again, 457, I'm just continuing the line. I didn't press escape, so I just continued the line. And again, either I can press 457 or I can just select, just click over here. If I click over here, the line is closed. Now I don't need to continue the line anymore. So what I will do, I will neutralize the cursor. And how do I neutralize the cursor? Press escape. Now the cursor is neutralized. We don't have any command. All right. Yeah. Yeah. After doing any command, we have to neutralize the cursor. Cursor is neutralized. Now we have to give thickness to the wall. If we see, so you see the wall has thickness. Right now we have only one line, this line. We need to give it thickness. All right. So what we call it? We copy the line actually for a specific distance. So to copy the line on a specific distance, it's called offset. All right. Offset. Yeah. We are going to do offset. What offset is? It just copies the line on the distance we mentioned. Okay. So for example, if we talk about this, so for example, this is the line, and this is the thickness, which is 1.5 inches almost. Okay, right? This is the line, and I want to copy this line to 1.5 inches. So what I will call it, I call it offset. I'm offsetting this wall, this line on 1.5 inches. This is the line. For example, you see this is the line I'm copying. I'm going to copy the line, this line, up to there. So this is 2 feet, almost 2 feet. So which would be almost 60 centimeters. So what I will call it, I am doing offset of this line to 60 centimeters. Yes, I'm just going to copy it on 60 centimeter. What that would be called? I'm offsetting a line on 60 centimeter. All right. So in Pakistan, uh, most of the walls are 9 inches, which is almost 20 centimeters. Okay. So this is 9. All right. This two bricks makes it 9. So whenever you see there are two bricks like this, one brick, two brick. So that's one brick is 4.5 inches. One brick, the other brick is also 4.5 inches. So two bricks make it 9 inches. Sometimes people add the additional value of concrete or cement, which is in between them, but normally it's 20 centimeters or 9 inches. All right. So we are going to offset it on 20 centimeters or 9 inches. All right. Sound good? So to do to apply the offset, enter a serial number. Sorry, not to check. All right. When you have to copy line, you have to first make sure cursor is neutralized. Then you have to press O, and when you press O, then you have to just press enter. Okay, it will ask you at what distance you want to copy. So what I did, I just pressed O, enter, and it's asking specify distance. So what distance we decided? 20? 20 centimeters. I pressed 20 and I pressed enter. Right? Now it's the cursor is changed. It means it's asking you, okay, select the lines, select the objects to offset. So when I click on the object on this line, it gives me two options. Either I can give it outside or I can give it inside, right? So to confirm it, I will select where I want. So I want on this side. I bring my cursor to this side, and just to confirm, I will press mouse button. All right. Again, clicked over here, inside, clicked over here, inside, clicked over here, inside. All right, got it? Okay, escape to neutralize the cursor. We are good. Now let's say we have to make a door. The door would be, let's say, 2 feet away from this wall. Let's say we want to make a door here, and that door would be 2 feet away from this wall. All right, on this one. All right, so what we have to do, we have to make a line here which will be 2 feet away from this line. All right, we have to create a line which would be 2 feet away from this line. All right, so there are two ways. One way is we draw a line from here, from this point, give it a dimension of, let's say, 60, which would be 2 feet, 60 centimeter, and then we click, we bring it over here. But that's not good way. That's not recommended way, because we are replicating the line. We are putting line over a line because the line existed over there, and we still made another line. That's not a, you can say, a good way. So this is not recommended way. The recommended way is we offset this line on 60 centimeter. We get a new line. Okay, offset 60. Enter. Okay, we got the line over here. All right. So instead of creating a new line here, then bringing it here, then pressing escape, blah blah blah, we save the time. We just offset this line over here. Now this part is unnecessary for us. We don't need. Restart. Restart. All right. So we this line, this part is unnecessary. We only needed this line. All right. We are going to delete this line. So I will tell how we can delete that. But before that, we can offset it one more time up to, what's the standard width of the door? Khizra, which is 3.5 feet, right? 3.5, which is 106. That's the standard width of the door. So we are going to give the offset of 106 centimeter again. So neutralize the cursor, press O, press enter, 106, press enter. Now it's asking which line do you want to offset. Okay, we want this line to offset. In which direction? This direction. When I, okay, it's not confirmed yet. It's asking in which direction you want to offset. I want in this direction, and I will click, I will press a confirmation click, left click to confirm. Okay, I want it here. All right, got it. Now escape. Visualize the cursor. Then we have trim command. To delete the unnecessary lines, I will press TR and double enter. Let's start. Let's open them. We press enter twice, and then our cursor is changed, and then we can simply select the line which we hate. Okay, we don't need them, we don't need them. All right, that's unnecessary lines are gone. We press escape. Okay, when will trim work? Trim will work when the lines are intersecting with each other. Trim will not work if the lines are in between something. So for example, these lines are not intersecting, so these two will not be trimmed. So we can simply select the lines, click on the line and delete it. Press delete button on our keyboard. Okay, these lines are intersecting, we'll be trimming those as well. So TR, enter. We don't need this guy, 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 this guy. Move on. So we have a main door here, and this is our room. So let's make another small washroom over here. In this part, that would be like, you can say 6 feet by 6 feet. Let's make it 6 feet. So let's check how much 6 feet into centimeters. 182. All right. So let's neutralize. O, enter. 182, enter. And then we select the line. Okay. Come here and click here and confirmation. Got it? Press escape. Set it again. This time we're going to give offset of 11 centimeters because they're thinner walls with a single brick. So we're not going to make it 20, we're just making it 11. I will do it inside, inside. All right. Next step would be trimming the unnecessary lines. So how we can trim it? TR, enter, and now we select the unwanted lines. Yes, yes. Got it? So now if we have to give a door over here, so I will leave the small part because doors cannot be right into the wall. I will leave small part over here. So I will offset uh, same this line over here, and then we're going to make a small door of the washroom which is almost 2.5 feet. So we'll check 2.5, which is equal to 76.2. So I will offset this line to 76.2. Make sure you are neutralized. O, enter, 76.25, enter, and offset this line to this side. All right. Now we are going to trim the lines we hit. We are double enter. We trim this, and this. Right. We also trim this guy. We also trim this guy. We also trim this guy, and we trim this guy. All right. Sound good? All right. So that was pretty much for our first session. So maybe you can, I can give you the software in your USB and you can continue. Khizra, I can give you a small explanation. after this, because this is second class of Isra. She has gone through this already. So you can continue on your laptop, just copy the software and then we start. Okay, so I will be uploading this